Hey guys, it's me, man Action, bring guys some more things, right? Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Last time, we found out that Miss Von Karma had been shot and is now hospitalized. Therefore, Miles Edgeworth took her place as the prosecutor for this case. And we also questioned Dave Gumshoe about the about why On Guard was arrested, but now we have to question and cross-examination none other than Miss Oldbag, and this is gonna be a long day. I don't like talking to this girl. She sucks. Hey, gotcha. I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier. Oh, edgy boy. It's been what, a year since we last met? Well, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet it was the wicked witch of the witness stand. That's a great way of putting it. So today I'm going to tell you everything. I'm going to write that on. The kid. I'll remember when it gets to it. Even things that don't have to do with this terrible crime. Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all that court needs to know. Shush, I'm talking to my dear Edgy here right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps. Yes, madam. No, please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please. It's true what they say. They say that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was on the security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my dearie Dwan. It almost too much for my little heart to handle. You mean you are a fan of the victim? Look, everyone is crazy over that On Guard saying he's cute and fresh way or something, but not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, one Karita. But those two are the same age. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. What you witnessed. Anyway, after the ceremony, I want to do a voice for her, but I can't do voicing, man. I'm not a voice actor. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of Port One's room. It was On Guard, man On Guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of One's room. So, Mr. On Guard came from the victim room. See, it has to be him. He's the murderer. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around the room, the hallway in front of his room. Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night? The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for the traveling show, but I refused to help. I'll have you know, it was for the lead-headed samurai show. Hey, I even took out a few of the nails. Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on. Besides, that man show with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little. And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Something you were interested in? And just what was that? It's not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Guan. And Eddie, of course. Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Gossip? If this has something to do with the case, then you can append it to your testimony. It looks like we shouldn't force it right now. And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time? Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. Oh, then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kruger's room? I have no idea. I wasn't born so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am. Yes, well, what would explain? Well, that would explain why your age was not recorded in the report. All you need to do is find out a birthday and just count up. What? It's not that hard. The witness then saw the victim, correct? This is good. Oops, I made the wrong mistake. There we go. Press. Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Guan's room, he was... Yes, he was. I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud. Oh, what I wouldn't give to have with right now. Well, I guess I can tell you, since he was such a bad boy anyway. It was on guard, Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of one's room. You saw my client, are you sure about that? Yes, see. Really? Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person. Why do I get the sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a mess like last year, I should delve a bit. Grace. What was the person carrying? What was the person's clothes? Let's go with carrying, because that seems a bit out of order. What was the man you saw carrying? In which hand? His right or his left? Now this is a real mess. I mean, I can't be expected to answer such a vague question. Indeed. Please be more specific with your question, Mr. Wright. Sorry. What was the man you saw carrying in his right hand? He wasn't carrying anything in that hand. Then how about his left? Empty. Well, this whole thing has been a whole lot of nothing. So, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just important or relevant in any way? Duh! It was very important. Of course it was very important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of the testimony was important. You don't really have to put it that way to me to say, sorry, very opposed man. And this time, please don't waste this court's precious time with worthless questions. Yes, Your Honor. I think I just wasted his good favor. She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. That's bad for us, really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has the tendency to jump off topic. She strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who asked the question here. Okay. Sneak his way out of one's room. Thing is, she said she wasn't carrying anything in his hand. The person's face. What's the person carrying? The person's clothes. Person's face. Please tell the man's face in detail. You don't need to tell me his face. That soft, gentle look in his eyes and his effeminate lips. His right ear covered by his spiky hair. His sparkling, shining teeth. His teeth were shining? Well, his shining all around in this week's pin-up poster, dearie. This week's pin-up. Why do you... I mean... I don't care how he looks in this week's issue. Please stay with what you saw that night. What? On God's face is the same no matter where it is, you whippersnapper. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony important or relevant in any way? It's not important. Let's try the other one. Let's try the last one we haven't done. And that was option number 3, sorry. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. Let's get there. Person's close. Oh shit! Let's do this again. It's not important. Blah 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 blah. No. Why do I keep doing that? There you go. Okay, press. Let's speed this up. The person's clothes. Okay. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are. Really, as if something like that matters. But it does. Now, what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing. That thing? What thing? The gaudy thing he's always wearing, the racing jacket. Ah, he was wearing that at the attention. Dude, that's something wrong with that. Something is wrong with that. The testimony is important, relevant anyway. Yes, it was. Of course, it was important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of the testimony was implied. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness. Ah, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reasons, but if I must, he was wearing his flashy red jacket. That's wrong. That is completely wrong. Otherwise, this would have been his racing jacket, not the Akama that I was actually wearing. Ha! Miss Oldbag. What? Don't say my name for no reason. Do you know what this is? Ah, it's button number 2 in the Diary Ninja's costume. Now I know she's a SS band. She identified it in a single glance. Give it here, give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this. Wow, she really is a die-hard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Unguard's body during a full body search. See? This button proves beyond a shadow of doubt it was that rascal Unguard. It was caught up in the pleats of his Nickel Samurai Akama pants. See? And Unguard is the Nickel Samurai. Witness. Now, it may be just me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Unguard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? Ah, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. This is going alright today. Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Unguard, the man, but Mr. Unguard, the Nickel Samurai? But when you think about it, what do you think? What? They're really one and the same anyway. No, they're not. Anyone could wear that. Remember last game. Remember the last game. Someone else was wearing the costume. Remember the last game that she was in. What happened in that one? Turnabout. I forgot what it's called. What is it? Turnabout Samurai? I forgot. I think that's what it was. Someone else wore the actor's costume. Anyone can wear that costume. I should be the one signing, not you. Who I saw. On guard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai. That's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony show, right? After the crime, you know. So, he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing Paul Juan. That's completely wrong. Did you think that there could have been... What? Don't be a bad rude boy, thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Ah, youngins today. I told you, there's no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so. What I say is the truth. At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago. Yep. What, was it a year since I did the last game? I'm gonna have to check that. It would have been interesting. Hold on a second, I want to check my thing. That's alright, so it would have been convenient him to wear the complicated murder. The person is surrounded the crime, you know. So he must have won around the room when he was stabbing Paul Juan. Oh. There's something wrong with that. Because the guy died from asphyxiation. He didn't die from the he didn't die from the knife. Please take a look at this. Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why the piece of evidence is important to the case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I'm driving at. What are you driving at? And whose car are we driving? If Mr. Angard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at this time of the murder, then it's important for his fingerprints. Then it's impossible for his fingerprints to be on the knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on the knife right off. Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his fingerprints? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? It wasn't even a murder weapon. There is no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Bullshit. Which is why he took his gloves off. Bullshit. No, they don't have blah blah between them. Yes, I heard that. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Bullshit. You just said earlier in the fucking... You said it. There are no contradictions. There's a contradiction in this. There's a contradiction in this. The theory contradicts something in early testimony. What are you blathering on about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Angard was the killer. The knife came from his room. You basically said it last time. It was premeditated murder. You said it yourself. This knife this was used by Mr. Angard at dinner. Yeah, we established that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corrida, I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant had no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Common sense. Why would you bring a knife? Unless you want to do something with it. Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. What? What kind of word is that? Supposition? And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Order, I say. Order in the court. Was this knife really planted by the killer? It's so obvious. Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame, obviously. To frame my client, Mr. Angard, of course. To frame? Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume, and if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Witness. Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult. Aha, Edgy. Witness, did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but are you saying you mixed up Mr. Angard and with the nickel samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the nickel samurai. Alright then, who were you waiting around for then? Ding! I got a light bulb on my head. I know exactly who she was waiting for. The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible cause of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? So Obag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Corrida. No. Maybe Phoenix, maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person. If it is who I think me is hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come to the victim's room, weren't you? You were waiting for none other than Adrian Andrews. And I know I'm right. Cause that little, basically Miss Oldbag, she has the gossip. She knows about the gossip, and she's like she thinks it's real. She thinks something's going on there. I see. The judge seems to be into the article, if it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA. Are you saying it's Adrian Andrews? Without doubt. The witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff. Witness? What in the world are you? Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I've got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Bullshit. She's probably doing it for someone else. How will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information. Get ready. This is gonna take the wind out of you youngins. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10-year-olds. Oh, that's what she treats us like. Ah. Just drinking some shitty Capri Sun. I swear this Capri Sun sucks. It tastes awful. It doesn't even taste like orange. It tastes like super duper diluted with no added sugar. Just a bunch of sugar. They just added sugar to this. It's bullshit. It tastes awful, man. It's so bad. We have this. Found that the truth the article proposes is in fact based on gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. So this means I have to smash the rumor once and for all. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Be careful, the old bag seems rather excited right now. That's right, our guard is nothing but your average full-blooded youth. Well, as the old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Thank God is one evil man. He thought he could ruin Paul Guan by causing a huge old scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get close in blah blah blah. What am I doing? I should be pressing everything. This is the cross-examination. You can say that some food. That's just slander. But it's true that woman getting intimate with Paul Guan. Look, it says so right here, doesn't it? Manager to the stars, Miss AA. But the name of the magazine this came from is called Gossip Land. What? Are you saying that gossip is always just popular lies? Not always, but it's usually just assumptions. It's usually just assumptions based on like one fact. It's usually just assumptions based on like one piece of evidence. Gossip comes from somewhere. Like there's base to it, but it's never gonna be fact unless there's enough evidence to prove it. So it's always gonna be gossip. Gossip is gossip. It's better not to don't gossip, kids. It's bad. A scandal? What do you mean by that? You're a dim-witted one. I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is. Honestly, what are they teaching kids in middle school these days? Ah, no, I wasn't asking what the word scandal means. Even I know that much. Well, that on guard thought he could own a monopoly on propriety. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Yuan Kurita. They don't have any proof that Mr. Ungard did such a thing. You must be suffering from the shock of hearing the truth. And now, since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything, right? You're right, I can't do anything, but boy do I wish I could do something about you. Yeah. The idea of burning her seems... Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Can you ever... Didn't happen, well... Ill will. Can we do it? There's a man who do it. Well, here's my proof that Mr. Ungard didn't hold ill will toward the victim. I think I'm wrong. I don't know. Is that it? I think I'm wrong about that. Oh. Perform a message for me, please. Tell him that no matter what he does, the only thing he's good at is failing. What she said, right? Or should I say Baboon Boy? Yes, I agree this much. This isn't evidence, Baboon Boy. Yeah, I was kind of wrong. Did I get a new nickname there? Let's do about proof, blah blah blah, free pass. Yeah, I was wrong. Me and my big mouth. That's the way the cookie comes for you anyway. I cannot condone such dirty tricks. Hold on a second. Top secret. No, nobody else but you and me know it yet. Dirty tricks. Take action. Oh, this is top secret. Got that? Bullshit. Hold on a second. Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet? If that's true, then how do you know the secret information? How? Well, that's because I'm a pro. That's it. It's a secret. Even if you drill a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world that old bag? Secrets. Bag of secrets. Bag of secrets. So no one else is supposed to know about this secret? I think only... Yeah, I know. I got it. There's another person that knows about this. And that wanted to know about this. And that's none other than Lotta. The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing? On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous impressions. Oh man, I was getting confused. About the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What outrageous ideas you say? No. I said impressions. Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless? Ah, that's it. That's the note. No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. Then you are the one who took Miss Lotta's note. I'm a huge fan of Juan, that's why. That infamous puffy-head whippersnapper. She's working with that evil on guard. She said so herself. On guard. I'm a psychic. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. And I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the little angel I am. You are far from being an angel, woman. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. That's good wordplay there. I like that. That's funny. She looks like she's really sorry. So forgive her. Put more pressure. I don't want to forgive her. If I let her now, she'll get away. I have to find out some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is that correct? Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can, that's all. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again? Miss Oldbag? Oh, yes. I don't believe that the note you stole is the only thing you stole that night. I think you stole her camera as well. Miss Oldbag, that note was with your camera inside its case, wasn't it? Camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, my sweetie $1,600 camera disappeared on me. Why? Witness? What is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then then it is only logical that you have the camera too. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for? Luckily, she had it on her. She probably... How do you know she wouldn't left it home? What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I eat meals like you, I fall in love, and I borrow things from people. You mean steal, right? She stole that. Put her in jail! She stole something. Put her in jail for like 20 years. That would be good. I think until her death. Yeah, I think she would be the ultimate punishment. You send her to jail, she would just annoy everyone in jail, bro. Check this camera's photos. Hurry. We must examine them all at once. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There is only one photo that seems to be relevant to the case. Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai. See, I told you, that's the guy I saw. Now, this proved that the victim was not lying about this matter. What does all this mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The photo by itself does not prove that the person is the defendant, however. Let's actually check out the photo. Oops, that should be here. Yeah, it's him. Definitely him. At the time of the murder, he was still in the Nickel Samurai costume. If that is the case, then this Nickel Samurai is the defendant. How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. I have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against the client? No, anyone can warn that shit. I'm telling y'all, anyone could have worn that shit. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put my life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo. Lost it. Something wrong with it. Something wrong with it. I want to check it out for myself. Something wrong with it. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Something strange. I got you. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it in my head. I knew this was coming. Right. Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree that there's nothing strange with this photo. There is no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker duster. What the hell, a bunker duster? Anyway, please look at this photo one more time. If you really believe me, you can honestly find something wrong with this photo. Then you should only need one chance. We have one chance. One chance. We may have no chance, but we have one chance. We gotta get this right. First hit. Otherwise, boom, that's our entire health bar gone. I noticed this. Look at his trousers. Or whatever they are. Hakama, whatever. I don't know. I would like to direct the court's attention to this area right here. What are you pointing to? His ankles? If you see this person's ankles, that would be one. However, you can't. And what do you mean? Nickel Samurai in this photo could not have been on guard. What is the meaning of this? It can't be on guard. That thing looks too small on that person. If you saw the poster Look at the poster. You can see his ankles clearly. You can see his feet. There's no like, it's not big for him. He can do it normally. You can see his socks. You can see his ankles. You can see his feet. But this photo, you can't see it at all. Little Samurai is clearly holding his karma up just to walk. There is only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much slaughtered than the defendant. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. What's this? Edgeworth is unusually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only think that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack, then he's not taking any damage? What, is this a boss fight? Like, during this whole time, we were just whittling down his health. I imagine Edgeworth has his own, like, he has his own health bar like we do, and every time we attack him, like we chop a bit off, little bit off. I thought it would come to this. What? Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not my own god. In that case, who is this photo of? Who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume? Don't stress over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is the Edgeworth attitude, don't you think? Yeah, why is he so calm? Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph? I think it's only one person that could be in the photograph. Adrian Andrews. If you want to know how the Nickel Samurai is, it's none other than this woman. And why would you say it would be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short, and she can freely move in and out of Mr. Ungar's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Ungar that night. And how does that all add up? It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Ungar's fingerprints all over it. The knife that was used as a murder weapon? Why don't you just say what you want, right? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense motions to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Ron Corrida. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Order, order, order! It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? Adrian Andrews is summoned to the court as a witness. It means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day? If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya. Now then, we shall set for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. I have no idea. Raise an objection? Now then. Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass the verdict today. I cannot do that. We cannot hear. She is not. I abhor wasting such valuable time. Edgeworth. Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial. But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development. Unexpected development? I think you underestimate me. And what do you mean by that? That Mr. Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What? What is the meaning of this statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution lobby. She's the next witness. Everything was planned out in advance by that man? Somehow I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly. Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. To be continued. Well, you're gonna have to wait, I believe, 2 days for the next episode. Or a day, depending on how well I upload. But thank you guys for watching today's episode. If of course you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. And of course, subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys later for some more. Things right, Ace Attorney, justice for all. Peace!